uncircumcised, uncircumcised, uncircumcised. The word uncircumcised has been used for a long time. It is not giving preference to circumcision or anything like that. Un simply means not. So uncircumcised means not circumcised. And that's a good thing. I'm proud of this. Intactivists in the movement against circumcision created the word intact as part of their argument. It's not the correct word. It's not even a medical word. The medical terminology is uncircumcised. That is the medical term. No matter how much people want to argue with it, that is the medical term. Now, a slang term is uncut. The opposite being cut. Uncut being uncircumcised, and it means the same thing. It's a popular slang term. Guys that are gay, will ask, are you cut or uncut? If someone said, I'm intact, everybody would be like, huh? So it's not, it's a word, intact is a word that has been created to spread their message. So I agree with their message, but not with the terminology. I don't personally like the word intact. It doesn't call up to your mind, it doesn't call up the image of an intact penis. It's like you think uncircumcised, you immediately think of a penis with foreskin. But if you go to, the general public and just say, yeah, intact, that doesn't designate penis in anybody's mind. So, one of those things, I think people that are arguing in favor of changing the term, I think are doing harm to the anti-circumcision movement. Let's use the words that everybody knows what they mean. When someone is speaking in favor of saying how awesome it is that they're uncircumcised, and you have, it's like, say, on a Facebook post or whatever, and several people jump on them saying, oh, the proper term is intact. You are turning people away. And frankly, it's pretty disgusting that you would argue with them about the terminology that they choose to use. I'm uncircumcised. I can use whatever term I want to describe my penis. My penis is covered with foreskin, and I am uncircumcised, uncut. I can also say I'm intact, but that's not a medical term. No matter how much people want to try to say it is, it's not. And no medical professional is going to, that's not the term that they're going to put when they're doing their charting. They're going to say, uncircumcised male or something like that. They're not going to say intact male because that is not the proper medical terminology. And it's very frustrating that people that should be on the same side against circumcision will instead argue with people who choose to use the terms uncircumcised or uncut. Anyone can use whatever term they want to. I shouldn't have to stop and think in my mind, okay, which term can I use? Maybe I just need to start saying my foreskin-covered penis, and then no one will argue with what term I choose to use. I've even had people try to say that I am harming the movement against circumcision because I'm using a term that validates circumcision. That is ludicrous. It's this terminology argument is ridiculous. Uncut and uncircumcised are perfectly legitimate words to use to talk about a penis that is covered with foreskin. They want to say that it makes circumcision be the norm if you say uncircumcised. No, it doesn't. We also say if someone is unharmed, does that mean harmed is the norm? I'm unscathed. Does that mean scathed is the norm? No, putting un in front of a word doesn't make the other one better. But that's what they're trying to say, and it's crazy. So, again, I have an uncircumcised penis, and I'm very proud of that. And I can use whatever term I want.